I am. All right. Natasha's going to bring us to church tonight. And she's going to talk to us about PRV and customer growth and all of that good stuff because it's obviously the key to our business. So
For
go,
sure.
Natasha, go.
Hi, thank you. So I'm Natasha. I am the director of Wax Sling Bosses. I've been with Cincy since 2019, been a director since 2020. Um, there's still some days that I'm like, do I know what I'm doing? Are we just swimming? But I want to talk to you guys about PRV and your customer base. So I earned level 5 of our incentive. So PRV and customers was a huge deal. I could not have earned level 5 without it. We were playing no games during incentive period. But the biggest thing that I changed for my personal business then was a referral system. So for 5 years, I was just like, woohoo, thanks for coming to see me. Thanks for telling your friends. And then one day I was like, maybe I should give these people something. They might like that. Um, I feel like they were still referring people to me, even though they weren't getting something extra. But I thought, why not make it personal, let them know that I appreciate them. So now I just kind of let them know if you refer a friend to me or some and they order, I will send you a gift. I never tell them what I'm sending them because most of the time I don't know. Um, I'm all for thinking of things that they like. So I had one lady that loves Spooky but Sweet. So I gifted her a Spooky but Sweet pack of pods for her referral. That was a pack of pods she didn't have to purchase. My last lady that referred somebody loves fragrance flowers. I used a perpetual party reward, got it half price, gifted her a fragrance flower. Um, and I say that to say the referral system isn't essentially the largest piece as much as it is building your customer base by building those relationships. So if you're not um, building relationships and you're not talking to people, then how are you getting to know them? And if I didn't know those customers, I wouldn't know the things that they enjoy and why they enjoy them. So get to know your customers, build a relationship with them, be intentional, chat with them. I actually have a lady that um, is having surgery tomorrow. And she had been super stressed about it because surgery is surgery. She ordered a cute little mystery bag from me, and she had been eyeing the Stiller's warmer that was in the clearance. So I put that together with a cute little Aladdin bar, and she picked it up the other day and she was like, "You always make me smile so much." And I'm like, "This is why I do what I do because it makes me happy when they're happy." So get to know them, make it personal, love on them because they're going to do the same for you. I mean, these are the people that help me get essentially here. They're not all the same people, but I've met them through other people and building those relationships with them have been extremely meaningful. Um, a follow-up system is going to be key to your PRV. At least it is key to PRV for me. Um, I definitely struggled with this for a really long time. I was like, I don't want to follow up with you. I don't want to do that. I feel spammy. I feel icky. It's not about that. I literally will send a message. So Cincy Connect has been my best friend since we got it. I send a message and I'm like, "Hey lady, thank you for your order. I'll reach out when it ships." I reach out and let them know, "Hey, your order has shipped. Hey, your order delivered. Do you love it?" And then I'll give them a little bit and be like, "What'd you think about XYZ?" The other day, I actually had a lady order from um, a fundraiser that I'm doing, and she ordered 12 vanilla bean buttercreams. And I was like, I don't know if this is on purpose, if it's an accident. She clearly thinks that she's hit liquid gold. So, like, I messaged and I was like, "Love your bar choice. Sounds like you're really loving that bar. Did you know that you could club it and get it forever?" And she responded back and was like, "Oh, tell me more." So then I kind of told her a little bit more about it. And then I told her, you could get that in a brick in the club, and that's the only place you could do it. But if I didn't follow up with that order, she would have just disappeared. And so let me say that I have a lot of people that I did not follow up with when I first became a consultant that have definitely disappeared. I will look at 2019 and be like, where did they go? Are they okay? So use your Cincy Connect, follow up with your people, reach out when there's a sale and say, hey, I know you ordered today, Candy Orchard was in there. Honey, I had a lady get on, she ordered 20 of them. I said, it's either Candy Orchard or Candy Cottontails, and they both smell so similar that I struggled to remember which one she loved. I was like, I think it's this Candy Orchard and it's there. And she was like, oh, send me the link now. She ordered 20. I was like, oh, okay, girl. But knowing them and following up is key. It is key. And having real conversations. You don't just want to sell to them. And this is something I think that we all struggle with personally. Sometimes I feel like I'm posting a social media post that's directly about selling and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. So just like my lady that's having surgery, I reached out and I was like, hey, I've been thinking about you. You're in my prayers. If I can do anything for you, let me know. I had another lady that at one point was going to join my team and have a party, and she had some personal things going on. She didn't really want to talk about them, but I reached out to her the other day and I was like, hey, I know you've had a lot going on, wanted to check on you, just make sure everything's okay. Um, you have to talk to humans. You're right, Tom. You have to. You can't be a robot. You can't be a salesperson and not be able to build a relationship. You have to talk to them, get to know them, what their kid's favorite color is, what their favorite color is. Just personalize it. Um, I met a lady recently that is obsessed with Darth Vader and Disney and all the things. And so we have, I mean, I'm not a Darth Vader person, but I love Disney. So we have bonded on those things. We talk about them. That's how Dawn and I connected. We love Disney and we're like, oh, tell me more. So having real conversations, it is so important to get to know them. Um, for myself, just to kind of discuss how I get PRV, parties are still a thing. And if you're not partying, sometimes you are struggling. This month, I was like, do I have any parties booked? Maybe I need to get my life together. Maybe I need to see if anybody wants some free and half price stuff. Um, so I try to front load parties. For example, if when we have a new catalog season in March. I might post some warmers and be like, oh, what's your favorite? Might put it in my story, let them chat about it. One lady loved the new wildflower petals. And so I reached out and was like, hey, I know you're loving this warmer. I'd love to help you get it half price or free. She was like, tell me more. So we have a party booked for her at the end of the month. She's also a teacher, and I knew that about her. So I was like, payday is at the end of the month for us. We could book your party around this time so your friends could actually enjoy it. So again, knowing who your customer base is, knowing information about your people, especially when they're putting it out there. She shares pictures of her classroom, so it helps her see that I'm paying attention to those things. Um, I also, a lot of people do things like scent crates, and that's not really my jam. So one thing I tell people is if it doesn't bring you joy, we can't focus on those things. You have to do what makes you happy. So what makes me happy is sharing the product with people and being in person with them. So I definitely focus hard on parties. I do a bag party a little different. It's more like a tester party. So my bag of testers, a few catalogs, some order forms, and I'll hand those out to people and be like, all you have to do is share this. I try to do those especially at the front of the new season so that people can get it in their hands, they can smell it, they can try it. Um, and then a lot of the times, once a month, typically in my VIP group, I will share what's in the clearance, especially if it is fabulous. People think they're getting like this magic deal. Baby, it's been sitting in the clearance for 50 days. Like it's been there. Surprise. But you know what? You want it for $20 today? Great. Let's get it for you. So I will share the clearance because they're not paying attention to those things. And you might post something 100 times, but somebody's still going to miss it. So post it 101 times, especially if you're posting in your stories. Um, so in my VIP group, I will post it's a clearance post and I let them know, hey guys, these things are on sale. If you want something, we can get multiples. Comment below, let me know how many you need. And so typically I'll do that once a month and that will help me find some PRV, especially if I need a pick me up. Now, some people walk straight into the beginning of the month and they're like, well, who is the clearance? I'm not that person because I want you to see what is current, what is coming, and I don't want to push the clearance on you too hard. But when we get like mid-month, end of month, I will share the clearance and be like, look what's here. Surprise. Even though it's been here. Um, Another thing that I have really started doing in the last probably 60 days is messaging people that are in the parties. Again, I am not a spammy person. If you add me on social media and you sell something that is for weight loss, etc., and I know you want to be my friend because you think I'm about to buy that shake, you are wrong, and I'm deleting you. You're not even getting in. Don't be that person. I can't stand that. So I try not to be that person. So in the last like 60 to 30 days, I will send a message in the group if they joined the party because clearly they know what they've joined. And I'll say, hey, thank you for joining her party. We really appreciate you being here. If I can answer any questions, let me know. So that's usually on Monday when our party starts. By Wednesday, I'll reach out and be like, hey, have you tried? I may actually ask them on Monday if they've tried Scentsy, if they have a favorite scent. Wednesday, I'm usually like, if you need some help, let me know. And then by the end of the week, I let them know we're wrapping up. If there's something you need, let me know. If I need to create your cart for you, I can put it in the cart, send you the link. Let me tell you, that's a game changer. Love, love, love that. And I have older people that have been in the parties and they're like, I can't figure this out. Or just people that aren't tech savvy. They're like, I don't know what this is. That's fine, baby. You sit right there. Tell me what you want, and I'm gonna put it in this cart. I'm like, here you go check out. That's all you gotta do. So use that to your advantage, guys. I did that today for one of my customers. She has fallen in love with Johnny Appleseed. I put 8 pods of Johnny Appleseed, 6 bars, and one of those cute little sugar skull warmers. Sent her the link. She checked out. Merry Christmas. So support them, help them, but don't be spammy. Be yourself, be authentic. And if they're not responding, don't harass them. If they saw that message, day one, they might have saw the message, forgot. The second time you message and they didn't respond back, they didn't forget. They don't want to respond. It's okay. It's fine. Move on. At some point, they may circle back and yes, bless and release. At some point, they may decide, okay, let's do this. Now, in my parties, I have been posting a party post idea. Um, Not a party post idea. It is a party post, but they get something from me for booking a party. So I'll reach out to them and I'll be like, hey, thanks for partying with Dawn. If you book a party for these dates, once you hold it, she's going to get an extra gift from me and you can get an extra half price item. Some of them are like, I would rather just support her party. Beautiful. And then I booked some parties from it. Um, I love you, Dawn. Let it go. You have to let it go. Some people just want no no parts of it, and that's okay. Warm chatter is super important. So I just came from a training right before this one, and we were talking about a few things similar. And something that she said that really stuck with me is that she goes out every single day and intentionally has conversations to meet people and make connections. Her goal is not to push and sell Scentsy to people. Her goal is to genuinely meet people. Like she sits down at the nail salon and gives somebody a tip. She goes to the store, she gives somebody a tip, but she makes that connection and she exchanges her information with them. And she kind of keeps talking to them. And at some point, it's going to bring that around full circle. Um, that is something that I am going to work on personally. I love some warm chatter, but I also love to talk about Scentsy. And sometimes I'm like, Tasha, shh, just shh. Do you like iced coffee? So, I'm gonna have to be a little better with my warm chatter game because you can ask my coworkers. I'll be like, "Do you need this?" Do you have any pods? You haven't bought pods in 6 weeks. You know your pods don't smell. Like, can you leave me alone? No, we get paid the same day. So I don't warm chatter with them very much, but I do warm chatter when I'm out in public. I really like to talk, if you can't tell. And I don't meet a stranger like if we sit down together, I'm like, you are so cute. I have actually recently started adding people on social media because they're cute. I don't know if that is effective. Um, a girl was in front of the Cinderella castle. I was like, wow, she's my friend. I don't know if she's added me back yet or not. I added a girl the other day. I was like, wow, you have beautiful curls. She did add me back. I commented on her curls the other day. But for me, that's social media warm chatter. But I didn't want to sell them. I mean, I would love to sell them Scentsy, but I wanted to make a connection because Homegirl's curls were fabulous. And I need to figure out how to make mine that fabulous. And the girl in front of the castle, like, did you want to go to Disney? Do you want to go? Um, so I've definitely been working on my social media game too. And I will advise you guys to do the same. People pay attention even when you think they're not. Show up in your stories. Show up on your social media in general. The other day, I haven't posted in my stories in a real long time. I forget I have those. I've been posting for about 7 days. One of my stories had 200 views. You'd have thought I shot the moon. I was like, yes, look at me with the views. I didn't know half of those people, or we had met at some point and I couldn't remember where we met. But the fact is people are seeing me. People are seeing you. You have to remember that. So show up for your people. I feel like I just, sorry, I have the ADHD brain. I chat a lot. So essentially, you've got to build relationships to maintain your customers. So if you're building customers, or even if you're trying to meet new people, you have to be able to have that conversation. And you don't want to make it, again, that icky conversation of, oh, look at this wax bar I sell. Just talk to them. How was your day? What coffee are you drinking? Anything. Have a real conversation. I'm gonna have some real conversations this Friday at the nail place. I'm gonna see how many people I can meet. What you putting on your nails? I think I want to match you. Did you say you wanted to be my social media friend? I'm actually planning to match Dawn's nails, so there's that. Aren't they so cute? Look at them. I don't think I'm doing pink. I'm gonna do blue, I think, but I love them. So again, there are times my goal is 500 by the 5th every month. 500 by the 5th makes me feel comfortable. I like to feel comfortable. And I do that by sharing warmer of the month by the end of the month. I don't share too prematurely. People say it's your business, you can share when you want, and that's true. But when you're sharing the warmer on the month of the month on April the 1st and it doesn't come out till May the 1st, well, you see, there's a problem because now they're like, well, I'm gonna save my little $50 for May the 1st. Some people don't, but I would. I'd be like, yeah, I don't really have them extra 50s. Catch me May 1st. But then they're going to forget by May 1st also. Don't forget that. They're going to be like, oh, I forgot about that. I spent that on such and such. No, no, no. So I share things at the end of the month. I will share the clearance at the end of the month. Now, you got to be careful with that clearance at the end of the month because it's either going to sell out or possibly the price is going to drop. Um, I make connections and I follow up. So my follow-up game has become quite strong. I'm real pleased with that. I do use my Cincy Connect, like I said, and I reach out and I'm like, hey, I know that you got blueberry cheesecake about a month ago. How are you feeling about that? Um, if we have a bar sale, I'll be like, did you know you could get the brand new wax collection for $52? Or you could put two more bars with that and get them for 60. So I try to upsell everything that I do as well, so that they're getting a deal, but you're getting a little more cushion on the PRV. Um, so you might have questions. I feel like I've done a lot of rambling. I hope this was meaningful.
I haven't seen any questions yet, but I don't feel like you've rambled at all. But maybe that's just because I know how you talk, and so it doesn't affect me.
Good. That makes me happy.
Does anybody have PRV customer based questions? I've just been typing my additional thoughts in the comments. So,
I know, I love it. And we have to, it's not magic, guys. It is not magic. It is consistency, follow up, and showing up for your people.
yes, Rayanne,
Hmm.
500 by the 5th. Because then the rest of your month, like it's almost like the cake effect I always tell you guys about, where like everything above and beyond is sprinkles and icing. Like you want your main core cake done ASAP so that you can decorate it the rest of the month. So
Hmm.
similar concept to
Yep. I mean, 500
everybody,
by the
Amy. I would say everybody. Amy said the random conversations is something I need to work on.
fifth.
Um, and I think I put in when you were saying about that, and I think parties is the same way. Is COVID made all of us like extra homebody introverted human beings. Like we all were forced to slow down and like struggle are still, I think, struggling to become social humans again. And I say that like and I giggle about it because it's true, but like it's true for everyone. So like I think a lot of people, because we're in that mode, we feel like we're the only ones in that mode because we're not talking to other people to find out that we're not the only ones in that mode. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But like in reality, like everybody's in that same mentality,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
And I think it's the same when it comes to like Sensi sale, like our like building of our teams and building of our PRV and our customer base right now. Like all of that stuff is the same boat literally all of Sensi is in right now. But nobody's really talking about it because nobody's talking to humans. And the
True.
funny thing about direct sales is it's a social selling
Mhm.
situation. So you have to be social,
It's so
whether
true.
we like it or not. And I used to say pre-COVID, I used to say whenever I was doing trainings on things like, I'm sorry, if you don't like to talk to humans, this is not the job for you. My team will be like, yes, she did say that. Like if you don't like to talk to humans, this is probably not the job for you. And we're back to that phase.
Mhm.
Like COVID locked us up and we were able to do it without talking to humans, but we are not in that mode anymore.
Not in that boat
We
anymore.
haven't been for a few years. And so like not to like point the fingers, like if I point fingers at you, there's two pointing back at me, right? Like we all need to get back out and be social again.
Okay. And people want to be social, and sometimes
So
I
badly.
don't know how. So, and I will say during incentive period, literally, I'd be like, hey, can't wait to come to your house and party with you. Here are the dates that I have. I had in October, like I had five, I think five in-home parties. Three of the five did 1,000 each. Um, People love the product. People want to help you. That's something you have to understand too. Your people want to help you. And it doesn't, your people doesn't mean specifically like your family. Your customers become your people. They become your circle. They become the people that you've surrounded yourself with, and they are watching you and they want to see you succeed. So share your heart with them and share your story with them. I promise they want to help you. Now, some people don't. Some people are envious and not kind, and we can't worry about them. They're not our people. We have to bless and release them. But the people that want to help you are they're gonna help you. I promise. I had people literally, they're like, what can I do to get you to Grace? I'm like, here's what you can do. Let me tell you. I had several that never partied with me ever at any point in the last 6 years party with me. So it can be done. We can continue to do it. We just have to get out of our comfort zones and ask.
So this past month in April, I have been keeping like a customer tracker sheet, like a conversation tracker, and I have sent messages to, I'm trying to think how many did I say today, like 130 people.
Mhm.
And I'll even document like, okay, they acknowledged it. Like they either said, okay, thank you, or whatever, or no, not right now. And I can't, as of right now, I can't, I'm not getting yeses. I'm not going to say can't. I'm not getting them. And I don't know if it's something I'm saying, if it's just not a good time for them. Like, it's not that I'm not talking to them because
Right.
I'm starting that conversation, and I've tried different conversations. I've even used Chat GPT to like AI help me to
Mhm.
create conversations, and I'm like, what am I not saying to get those yeses? Because as Dawn says, it's a numbers game, and we're talking to people about joining, or if we're talking to people about hosting, it's a numbers game. But I feel like since January, I've kind of tracked the people that I'm talking to, and I'm not hearing yes
Talking
on
to you
hosting
about
or
all of
buying,
it?
all of it.
Okay.
Like, I
We were
mean,
actually just talking about this, me and Rayanne. Yeah, like
I can't, and I hate using the word I can't, but as of right now, people are not saying yes. And it's not that I'm not talking to people, because I'll show you the piece, the
Right.
conversation tracker, because I thought, okay, at some point, if I'm talking to somebody, I got to write down what I'm talking to them about, right? So that I can go back to it, or even revisit it at the end of the month saying, hey, at the beginning of the month, we talked about this. You told me to check back with you. But I have given tester pouches out. I've checked in with people, crickets. I have messaged people to start conversations about hosting or joining, and it's either crickets or no, or I don't know what I'm not saying.
So when you're messaging, have you talked to these people recently prior to you asking them for something?
So as of last month, I started at the beginning of Sensi Connect, everybody that has ever purchased from me, like from the beginning. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to reconnect with people, and even the people that I have recently talked to, like recent customers, not really anything.
Okay.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I think that you need to focus on that reconnection with them
Yeah,
and building that relationship with them again, especially if you've not talked to them.
yeah,
And that's something I've tried to stop doing. If I go to message you and we have not talked since October of 2024
uh
and
huh,
it's April 15th of 25, I will not mention Cincy to you. I will
uh
say, hey, Rayanne, how are you? How is your mom doing? I remember the last time we chatted, this is what happened.
huh,
So I would start with that and try to build on that conversation and give them a few days, a few weeks. But when you've not, when, and I'm at fault too, I'm not saying you specifically, but when
sure,
we
sure,
aren't maintaining that relationship,
yeah,
it's hard. There are so many people.
yeah,
Sometimes they feel like, I'm not hosting a party for you. I haven't heard from you in 6 months. Like, I don't want to because I've not heard from you. So I think rebuilding that connection is going to be an important piece. I do think it's also how we ask. For some reason, when you say party, they're like, oh, ugh, I don't want to party with you. I've stopped using that for the
yeah,
most part. I thought it was taboo when people said that. I'm like, it's no big deal. It's a party. No,
yep,
clearly people think it's a big deal when you say that. So I'll say, do you want to host a scent social? Do you want to host a sip and sniff or a friend gathering? Something other than a party.
yep,
I try to do that. Um,
I would add too,
also feel like,
to not talking about partying,
hmm,
um, is I love um what Sarah Walker always says to me, and she brought it up, it got brought up at World Tour, and I don't know if it was like in the script for every world tour location or not. but she says not to just ask for things from people because taking without giving
Hmm.
feels weird and
Mm-hmm.
to make it transactional.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you want to have like, hey, will you get some of your friends together if I provide the snacks?
I've tried that too.
If you do this,
Like,
well, if you do this, what can I do that? And like
yeah,
transactional.
yeah.
And Rand, I think some of yours is what Natasha said, like people you haven't talked to in a year
Mm-hmm.
plus
Mm-hmm.
got to rebuild the trust. I'm in the same
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Like I said, a lot of us dropped off in communication with a lot of people during COVID. And so, like, I think a lot of us are in a position, honestly, where we need to rebuild trust with people. And
yeah.
that is just having lots of conversations and interactions that are absolutely zero Scentsy related. And they know we're Scentsy consultants, right? Prior to COVID, I said that all the time. Like, you've got to have normal human conversations with them too instead of everything being a Scentsy thing because they already know you sell Scentsy.
Right,
That's how they know you usually,
right,
right?
right.
And so I think a lot of it is, and that's not a quick payoff, which is frustrating. That's a long game.
Hmm.
But I do think it is necessary for many of us if we're going to go back and try to reconnect with people. And then we have to be accepting of the fact that they may have already found another consultant, may not be interested, be in a different financial situation. Like there might be a lot of things, and they may never tell you that because they may never feel comfortable admitting that right now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, and so some of that is unfortunately another thing is finding new people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
But
being
even not even mentioning Cincy, like my message will be like, "Hey, Marie, it's been a while since we last connected. I'm so sorry. My apologies. I hope you're having a great day." And I still get crickets. Like
yeah,
even if it's just like, "Hey, having a great. I hope you have a great day." It's like,
I'll be really honest, I might not respond to that.
really.
Yeah.
So like,
Because I like, and not because I don't care that you texted me, but like,
yeah,
what do I need to respond to?
yeah,
So maybe ask them, how are you? How have you been? Prompt them to respond back.
okay,
I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
like
I have
what's
team
an
members.
open-ended sort of question you can ask with general conversation that
yeah,
makes them want to respond.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
And
I
like,
did get somebody that said, "Hey, who is this?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Is this so and so's phone number? Like, did I message the wrong person?" And she's like, "No," and she's like, "Could you send me a catalog?" She hasn't ordered from me since like 2019, 2018.
yeah.
Cool, yeah, I did, but it's just been like so many crickets, and I've had to tell myself silence is motivation. Just keep going. But it wears on you, man. It really wears on you. And I don't ever want to quit. Like this is what brings me joy. So I don't want to quit. I'm just trying to figure out different ways to have those conversations and have those gatherings. Like even when I'm trying to get people to host a girls' night out, like, hey, let's gather some girlfriends. Like I try not to say party because I don't like that either. You know, back in the day that people loved having parties, but now it's like gather girlfriends,
Mhm.
snipping, sipping, you know what I mean?
And sniff, you're good.
That's right.
Yeah, you were
Those
right.
things.
You were following
And
it.
I'm just like hitting a brick wall. And
Mhm.
I know that my work and putting in is going to pay off, but it's just like when, you know?
Yep.
All right.
And I think we would all agree, like the longer you're here, the more times you have in your business. And if you've done any sales business, like not even just Scentsy, but like there's always like times you're trudging through and it is a like the numbers game feels exhausting. And then
Mhm.
there's times where it comes real easy and it feels like every conversation is a win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just realizing like that's just a mental fight with ourselves and not like a reality of like somebody not liking you or your product.
Mhm.
Right.
And everybody is going through something. And like I said, everybody's kind of going through the same thing right now. So like you're not alone.
Yeah.
And the like frustration's valid. The confusion of it is valid. Like it makes your brain like really like
Hmm.
go into panic mode. And all
Yeah.
of that is valid feelings.
Yeah.
And I think part of that validation for ourselves is like we got to keep working with those older people on our contacts list who have been around a while and we don't have the connection or rebuilding the connection or are going 5 months between orders instead of 1 or 2 months between orders. Like all of that is reality with our current situation economically, the way the world's going on. Like there's all sorts of things, right? And so the reality is like it's not even that they're like ignoring you to ignore you. Like they're busy, things are going on. They're ordering every 5 months instead of every two. They're like there's a million things, right? And so like whatever that reason is their reason, and that has nothing to do with you and it has nothing to do with Scentsy. But it's filling your Scentsy cup up with more people. Where can I go to meet new people? Like Natasha was saying, like, who can I have a conversation with today? And like I was writing in the comments, like I started like massively interacting and you feel so weird doing it, but like actually responding to like stranger stories and posts on Instagram and like finding Facebook groups of things that like I've joined a couple of Ohio smut book Facebook groups. Okay, I turned it into friends. They came over last Friday. We had a good time. We played board games and laughed and ate cookies. So like I had people over to my house and people who know I've lived in Cincinnati for 9 years and that has never happened. So, like there we all have that opportunity to to do something really uncomfortable. Um and I literally like have put myself out there too. So like same, all the same. And I'm having to like reteach my people what hangouts are for Sensi and what that means, right? Like
Hmm.
it's literally redoing all of it. And so I don't want to like belittle the frustration or like act like it's not there because it is. And it's no matter what rainbows Sensi people are shooting up your ass, like for most of Sensi, the success they're getting when they are being successful is from extremely hard work.
Hmm. And
Natasha
that's why I'm not
learned,
stopping, because
yes,
I feel like eventually this work that I'm putting in like will benefit, will
it
pay off
absolutely will.
eventually.
It absolutely will. I 1,000,000% believe that it will and know that it will because I've been doing this for 13 years and I've seen it over and over and over again. And so, like, I don't want to, the people who are like you're seeing have really good success, they are having really good success, but they're doing the fucking work and working really hard for that success. This incentive, not easy. Getting level 5, the work I know she had to do to get that, in freaking sane, right? Like that's no joke in the situation we're in right now. But I started in a time in Sensi when it was a similar sales situation. And you do what you do and you come out of it and you experience good again, right? And all of the work you put in pays off again. And so I think having wanting to talk like me and Kendra are like Natasha needs to talk about this. So like us having Natasha talk, it's because we know like Natasha put in the freaking work and she's not going to tell you guys to do something that like she's not also
Can't
doing.
tell you,
Like
right. I can't tell
we're
you
not gonna like
I'm not willing
you
to do.
y'all who know me, I will refuse to blow smoke up your ass. Like I will never do that. Like this business is hard and some days are harder than others. And right now is one of those times where things are kind of hard.
Hmm.
And there's days that feel like more of a sludge through it than fun and flighty, right? And like that's just how it is. And I think the perk about Sensi is that we have these moments, right? And we have our friends and we have our accountability buddies like me with Kendra and Natasha. Like the reason our teams do this together is because we know the importance. Those are the reasons you stay in when we're sludging through it because you have your people who are going to be like, okay, we're linking up so that we can pull each other out of this when our brains start cycling really badly, right? Um, and and so that's like why we encourage you guys come to things like this and like realize like we're all in the same boat.
Mhm. And I will encourage you. One thing that has helped me in the last 18 months is to create goals that I am passionate about and that I want to achieve, and I work towards those goals. So now there are times I'm like, I don't know how I'm getting there, but I'm going to get there. Let's talk incentive period, for example. We literally, I wrote out every person that I had on my team that could hit this level, how do I get you there? And I knew how many new people I needed, how much I needed to do to get them where they needed to be. Like, and I did, so all of my new people will tell you, we did launch parties. In-home launch parties were everything. So if you get new teamies and they're local to you, get them in. And I always did theirs within their 15-day period for shooting star so that they could work on hitting shooting star. But if you have newbies, work on getting them in person. Um, but create a plan. So for example, I printed this. So this is our bingo sheet. It is my plan. I know what I'm working toward, and I'm about to black this bad boy out. Let me just go ahead and tell y'all that we're playing no game. But I made a plan and I work my plan, and I constantly am checking the things so that I know that I need a club. It's the only one I'm worried about. Out of all the things, I'm only worried about the club. It doesn't really even make sense. And I know what I'm working towards. So this essentially is my goal. But in 2024, yeah,
Last year.
the years are the years are flying by now.
Yeah,
But
it's very confusing. Time
yeah.
is fake, I decided.
So I had never been paid at title for 6 months, much less a year, baby. Like, what? So I was like, we are going in. My goal was to be paid at title. But what did that mean? That meant I had to continue to grow my team. I had to continue to sell. But the PRV had to be there for me and for my team. And I literally made a plan, and my plan was 12 new, six get host kits, six buy their way in, the the typical way. I sponsored 21 people. Couldn't tell you how I did it other than I made a goal and I talked to everybody and their mama, and I was like, okay, this is beautiful and you could make this much money. Would you like to join my team? Those are the conversations we often fear having when we just need to say it. You sold X amount of dollars. Do you understand that you could get this kit for free? You could get four half price items and you could get this much money in your pocket. So essentially you just got all that stuff for free. What did you pay for? Nothing, not even a good time. We just had a good time. So it's about how you present it to your people. And I literally just would be like, hey, let's do this. Let's go all in. But I made a plan and I worked my plan every single day. I knew what I was working towards, and I knew that no matter what, I was going all in. I'll be the first to tell you in August, not August, when do we go to SFAR? July? I was like, I don't want to go to Greece. Like, I wasn't even going to try to earn the trip. See, I was not. I was like, not going there. I can't. Like, I knew that my husband couldn't go with me. So I was like, I'm not going to Greece. So then I sat down with my SSD and she was like, what are you going to lose by not working your business to go to Greece, to try to earn Greece? She was like, essentially, think about the people that you would meet, the sales that you would make for one, the lives that you're going to impact, and the difference that you are going to have in your business. She was like, and if you don't try to earn it, none of that happens. And I was like, guess she's not wrong. I guess I could put in the work. So then I was like, okay, we're going to earn grease for two. We're going to get you on that ship, Eric. And we did. But I literally, when I tell you I had a plan that I checked off like every other day, I was like, all right, I got this many points. And if I get this person here, we're gonna get this many. And I was transparent with people. No, I had no hidden agenda. I want you to succeed, but I want you to want this. I can't want it for you. But you succeeding also means that I'm gonna be on that boat. just in case you weren't sure. I'm gonna be on that ship because we doing the dang thing. So I'm very transparent with people. I don't feel like hiding things is necessary because it's not essentially it's and that's something I had to learn because at first I really, really struggled with I'm doing this to benefit me. No, no, I'm not. I'm doing this to benefit the person that joined because they're going to make a paycheck. That paycheck might mean dinner that they couldn't afford before. That might mean a date night that they didn't get. My best friend joined my team and she gets to do things that she didn't get to do before because she's a mom of three. And she can, at times, she's like, I just paid my mortgage myself. Okay, girl, do the dang thing. I mean, she has a husband, but that's not the point. She can do things she couldn't do before. So you are literally changing people's lives. It is not about you, it's about the people that you are impacting. Make a plan, okay? Work your plan, stick to it. But if you are not consistent and you are not faithful to you, no one else can show up for you. And you have to remember that. If you don't show up, who's coming to look for you? Nobody. You need to show up. You have to show up for you. You have to want it for you. I'm done preaching. Sorry, guys.
I feel like we're like going to church tonight.
Yeah, I felt real passionate about that.
Yeah, I like it.
Like, I felt real passionate. And let me just tell you, I've been praying to sweet baby Jesus, and I'm praying that this next incentive is a trip to Disney. Because, baby, let me tell you what, I'm about to earn for my whole family. My mama,
If
it's been 5 years.
if the history goes, it will be.
I know.
It's been
I'm
every
like,
5 years and it is that time
um,
again. Um, and I'll tell you what, I earned that Disney trip.
I did too.
And I y'all, I was a cast member if you didn't know that. I used to go aside, forget the fact that I was in there 5 days a week for work. I it would tr our passes as a cast member tracked how often we went into Disney, and I like actually counted it the first year I was there, and I went into Disney like 278 times on top of my work. Okay.
I
Like
love
I
that
am a
so
Disney
much.
person. I'm a Disney Vacation Club owner. Like we are Disney. It's what
Love
we
that.
do in this house. In case you like can't see my explosion behind me. It is what we do. And like when I tell you that the way Sensi does a Disney trip will
Baby.
literally like destroy all Disney trips you've ever done,
It'll never be the same.
it'll never be the same.
I've only been one
And
time with
it's
Cincy, and
it's
I'm like, I don't know if I can go back without them.
it is like it was truly the most wild thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I say that from getting to do backstage tours as a cast member. Like I've done some crazy things. Okay. I've done some really crazy things. But that trip was wild. And I legitimately, the morning we had Magic Kingdom to ourselves, fell down, sobbing, panic attack on Main Street. Because I was like, did not know how to process what was happening. Like,
Listen,
it was absolutely insane. So, and all Sensory trips are like that, but like Sensory and
it's
Disney,
surreal.
wild.
When Disney means everything to you, it is surreal. I didn't realize we were walking down Main Street without other people. And like, it was my first time ever being on Main Street. There's a picture of me and the castle, and no one's in my freaking picture.
Wild.
I like, it is
They're
overwhelming.
passing out the the balloons with the purple Mickey inside of them, like
Didn't get
the
the purple Mickey.
Scentsy and cast members and Scentsy executives are passing them out and passing out $100 gift cards as we walked in. I mean, it was wild.
We're going to Disney, y'all. And I better see every single one of you there because you can do it. You wait till July. Well, we got to get to SFR first, but then we're
Yeah.
going to Disney.
We're like
We have to
convincing
go
them all
all
about
of
Disney
Disney,
as
but
if
we
they
don't
need to be convinced. Okay. It's already it's been almost an hour, so I don't need to like we don't need to drag this out. But I do feel like tonight was like we knew Natasha was going to be amazing tonight.
I think so.
Because she just is like I'm like pointing because in my screen she's right next to me. Like she's right there. Natasha is freaking amazing. So like
Oh, look. That's so exciting.
you're gonna go with Scentsy if next year really is Disney incentive, you're gonna go with it with us.
Yes,
So
Sheila.
that's
And
we're gonna make a
Emma,
plan.
you can earn the trip. Typically, if it's Disney, you can earn for you and your family.
Mm-hmm.
I'm earning for me, my mom, my dad, and my husband. We're gonna be in
There it is.
Disney together. Kids? Whose kids? Not
Who's
mine.
kids? Um, Disney's for adults.
Woo! You can bring the
Anyways.
baby, Kendra. We approve.
Oh, I should not have had that soda with dinner. I'm never gonna sleep tonight.
No, no, no.
Anyways, plus
Earn
this
your
just
song.
pumped me up. I don't know about y'all, but
Right?
it just pumped me up.
Okay.
And and like literally, like I hope that tonight you realize, like, if nothing else, that everybody else feels like the same way you do, and you're not alone in Sensi ever. And like don't ever feel bad about like needing Sensi support. Like we're here to cheer each other on, and I promise you it'll get better. It'll recycle through everything, and we'll forget that we're in a time when you can talk to 100 people and not get a response. We'll get back to that. It's just it's cyclical, and we're all in it together.
But if you stop talking to those people, you'll
It'll
never
Oh
take
no, I'm
25
not
years.
stopping. I'm not stopping. I've already started this, and this is good. We're gonna go A to Z. I'm not stopping.
I love it. I love it.
And truly
Mindy,
appreciate all of you showing up every
Yeah.
night when we do these calls.
Oh, yay, Judy. That makes me happy. You look so comfy over there. Like, I want to
Judy
sit
always is so
inside of
comfy when she
you.
comes on. It's my favorite.
Listen,
Just
Dawn will
like
tell you,
I'm
we
just
love a
chilling
good
and learning
chill.
at the same time. Um, Next month, what is May's date? Kendra's gonna
13th
like tell me because she always has it like figured out, even though we
to
already
the
know.
12th.
The 12th?
12th or the 13th, I thought.
May 12th.
Go
Same
me.
time, same bat channel, same bat place. May 12th, and it is all about selling the catalog.
Woohoo.
TBD on speaker. Um, TBD, TBA, to be announced. To be decided, TBA. Anyways, catalog. And yeah,
Honey, not you've been recording the whole time.
yeah, it's still recording right now.
I love you so much.
It's gonna be the longest YouTube upload of my life tomorrow. It's
Longest.
gonna be great. And then I'm gonna go back and rewatch it and get pumped up again.
Heck yeah. Thank
Heck
you
yeah.
guys so much for showing up.
Seriously, thanks for showing up. I'll get mail out to everybody tomorrow. I promise I really will. Some of you'll just get two.
In
But you were
May.
on last month. Have a great night.
Bye, guys.